10 years ago, we used to have a community on Facebook, YouTube, that is called CVT, which is standing for Complete Vocal Technique. And it consists of 4 modes for voice, which is 1 is neutral, 2 is curbing, 3 is overdrive, and 4 is edge. So what are these 4 vocal modes? Well, neutral is basically like falsetto, or it could be just the quiet, airy voice you make at the lowest volumes. Curbing is more like a voice. It feels more connected. There's more body to the sound. There's a slight hold to the feeling, like you're holding in, like you're crying a little bit, but not too strongly. And overdrive is like when you're yelling, when you say hey, and then you bring it up high in pitch. And edge is more like a twangy, very twangy quality, like wah. And then all of these modes have different vowel choices you can make. So like neutral, you could use all the vowels. And in curbing, it's more like ooh, or ooh. It's kind of like a moaning. And overdrive is like and o. And then edge is more like and e. E. So stuff like that, but there's more than that. There's more to this than just this. So we have think of it as like a container of water. Like we have different densities. So like the lower density is neutral, more density is at curbing, and then more density, like more body to the sound, is overdrive. Then even the fullest is edge. So if you compare this to this, it's like right here. Right here is so you see difference in quality. This is more stronger and this is much weaker. So all of these connect to each other. Just mind the volume, the vowel choice, and the twang. So if you want to figure out all of these modes, so what you do, you listen to different songs and you try to determine what vocal modes are in the song. But keep in mind, not everything is going to be like this is this and this is that. It doesn't work that way. When you're singing, you don't really think about it. It just happens, like by the feeling and by your mood, whatever. You don't really need to follow this exactly, but it helps diagnose like what can I do to make this part sound better or more stylistic. And normally some schools of singing don't want you to make some vocal effect sounds like growling and all that other stuff, because people tend to push the voice too hard and it causes like laryngitis, whatever, vocal nodules, because they're doing the wrong technique. So most of the time, like modes like overdrive and edge, these are the modes where they use mostly vocal effects like growl, grunts, because you don't want to add airiness to the voice, like You don't want to have any airiness. But sometimes there are vocal effects that require neutral, which is more like a falsetto sound, like a head voice, more hooty, like whoo whoo, but add more twang to it. Ooh ooh. You could have some vocal effects like screams, but mostly neutral. Because when you go higher in pitch, everything is going to go into neutral at some point. But if you stay in edge, the vocal mode is going to stay more connected feeling. So it's like, think of it like this: overdrive for the lower pitches. Then when you go higher, you're gonna probably want to go into edge. And when you go even higher, you're gonna be in neutral. And then like over here is like whistle. So let's see, like that. It's gonna be like this. And then if you even go even quieter volume, it could even be neutral here too. So it doesn't really matter. Or it could be right here, neutral also. Or right here, it could also be curbing. So from overdrive to curbing to neutral. So like in other vocal methods like speech level singing, they go from overdrive to curbing to neutral, or from overdrive to neutral. But when you have more twang to the sound, it's gonna be more whiny, more shrill, and more nasty sounding. It's gonna sound like a duck. See, like a duck, man. You're gonna be like a duck. But if you lower the larynx, see the larynx in your neck, the Adam's apple, when it lowers up, it lowers down and goes higher. This changes your vocal color. Sound color, you know? Sound color is like how bright your sound is and how dark your sound is. So, if your sound is dark, keep in mind the pitch limit is gonna be like this. Pretend like that. And if it's higher, it's lighter sound color, which is like high. The pitch limit is gonna be like this, a little bit higher than dark, because the larynx is higher. But when you're singing in dark color and edge mode, you can't really tell there's distinct twang. So distinct twang, you can't really tell. Like, you know, in country music, there's twanging sounds like wow, 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 like Shy Guy from Super Mario. So when you're singing an opera, you're gonna lower the larynx a little bit, but not too much, to where it's uncomfortable. You want to have a more like a open throat. You know that open throat. This is a mouth. Open throat is like a more like this. The mouth is like that. Like if you put your mouth like that, like relax your mouth, your throat is not gonna raise larynx. It's not gonna do that. It's gonna be more stable, like less. But when you go higher in pitch, the larynx needs to be, don't make it go too high or too low. Don't make it too high or too low. You want to keep it floating, like right there. So like you could practice like going extremely high larynx and extremely low larynx sounds. And when you do that, you'll notice that the vowel shapes will change. And you'll notice that the pitch limit will also change to low or high. So it depends on the sound, depends on the color. All those variables will change pitch limits. So for now, later on I'm going to show you some examples of the vocal modes in song. So stay tuned. Subscribe for more, or follow me on Instagram or whatever, TikTok. I'll let you know soon.